Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Some shots that we felt like we were going to go in. You know, Tyler got that steal late, and I felt like we were going to take control. Sharman banked that one off the backboard, so it kind of seemed like things were rolling in our direction. And then, you know, it changed pretty quickly. But, you know, I think everybody in the gym knew number 12 was going to shoot that thing. So
it's huge. You know, a lot of these, I mean, we lost 2 seniors off our team last year who played major minutes for us, but in our semifinal game battled with Goodland, who, you know, won state. And so they've got experience, and they know how to compete against good teams.
Some shots that we felt like we were going to go in. You know, Tyler got that steal late, and
we just got to play well. I mean, we just got to practice to play our best. If we play our best, I still feel really good about our team.
We've been playing really well, and, you know, obviously we wanted to continue that going into the region tournament, you know, and we'd already had a first round bye locked in, and but it was important for us just to continue to play well.
Noel. Why not take it, especially if it's a shot you can certainly make?
I was just so thankful and grateful that, you know, I decided to finish my career here at K-State. I've been on both sides of, you know, the field. I've been on the losing side.
Pretty unique. I mean, I've never done it. Really don't know many people that have done it, but it's unique, especially when you're trying to, it's working parallel with the coach search.
Beyond people, it's every detail. Every little thing matters. In almost an obsessive way, that all of those details matter inside the framework of the field.
And welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Thursday show as we roll through Sub-State Week, everything else, and welcome to the program. We've got plenty of things to talk about today. We will have Great Bend Panther head coach Kyle Cree, heard him a moment ago. Also, Dale Kuhlman will be in the studio today, so we'll wrap up last night's Great Bend Panther game. Lacrosse boys basketball coach Kyle Schmidt's going to be joining us via the telephone today, and he's going to have 3 players with him, Caden Morgan, Bryce Connor, and Gage Burke. So we'll get to talk to them, preview the game tomorrow with Ness City in the 1A Division II sub-state semis. That'll be at Quinter. Mike Corson's got a little update for you on state bowling here in just a minute. I don't think it's a big update. And Thursday Sports Headline Sounds the Past 24 Hours. Before we get into Sounds the Past 24 Hours, we've got a surprise guest on the program. And, you know, hey, if you want to be on this show, go out and win a state championship. That's what happened this morning.
Lady Panther bowlers get second place to Salina South at regionals, and they'd had success at North Rock Lanes in Wichita. Today, they go 31-61. Salina South 30-78. So Lady Panthers Class
State
5 1A
champions!
champions.
Come on, show some emotion.
Put it
Come
up
on.
on the board.
Come on, Mike. Give a yell out. Come on, yell.
Wake me up. 3 girls in the top 8 individually, so we'll try to get Coach Feldbauer on the horn here shortly.
Okay, so we'll have him on the show today on Sports Day. Breaking news. Yeah, that's really so. We've got 4 state champion bowling pins, so make sure you start arranging that so we can get the 4th one up there.
Soon we're going to have 10. We just need a lane and a ball.
It'll look good. We'll have to move it over a little bit. So who's that's going to get moved out?
It's Terrence Newman.
Oh, Terrence Newman. Yeah, he'll have to move down, and Dan Quisenberry with the broken arm will have to move down to maybe the back area. Talking about our figurines in here in studio. Okay, let's get to our sounds the past 24 hours or so. Kyle Cree last night, after his Panthers dropped a 46-42 decision to Hayes in the sub-state semifinals at Hayes High School. 1.3 seconds to go. Number 12, as you heard Kyle Cree talking about, Jack Weimer hitting a 3-pointer from the left wing. They put 1.3 seconds back on the clock. Great Bend tried to throw it to midcourt. Then another foul was called on Great Bend. It was on Ian Premer trying to go for the basketball. They threw on a free throw at the end, but for the second time in 5 days. And Aaron was holding up this piece of paper with highlighted things on it. And, 46-42. how's that happen? And I'll talk to Coach about it coming up a little bit. Talked to him on the post-game show last night. 2 games, 46-42, but they were completely different on the way they were played. That was a good high school basketball game, boys. But unfortunately, they lose. And you talked to Jack Weimer after the game, Mike Corson.
Yeah, a lot of score changes there in the third and fourth quarters. So Great Bend takes a Premer three-pointer, 3:30 left, 1-point lead.
They don't score again.
And then
until
there was the chance to drive and make it a 4-point score in the last couple minutes. Missed that. Turned it over a couple times. And so Coach Creedus said everybody knew it was going to 12. He even said after the game he hadn't hit a 3 that game. Hasn't
Weimer,
been
right?
Yeah, Weimer. He's been cold. The Schmidberger kid had 5 threes in the game on like 5 of 6 shooting. So a lot of people might have thought it was going to him, but he said the coaches had faith in me and we completely changed the play and it was going to me.
I saw an angle of it reposted by Catch It Kansas over from right behind him.
Oh.
I was going to say, I don't think it was by you. It wasn't from where your angle. It was from like a student or a fan in the stands right behind where Weimer took the shot. It looked money the whole way. Like going from that angle, it looked up the whole way, true. And like you said, Webby, just a great game. And we talked about wanting to see a great game. Obviously wanted a different outcome, but terrific game. Weren't disappointed in that aspect.
I usually have to beg the kids for comments, so it's always, what was the play? So he had some decent information, but then I still like to say, how fast did you know? And he said, it felt pretty good. And those shooters, they know when they let it go if it's headed that way.
Devin Schmidberger and Kaya Smith, 2 names that live in bad infamy this week for Kaya Smith, who out of nowhere hit 3 3-pointers against the Lady Panthers on Tuesday, and then then you come back and Devin Schmidberger has 5, and he hit 2 early, put him on top 6-0. He felt it after that, and
those were crucial early in the game. He hit both of them in the first quarter.
6-0, right?
Gets the crowd going,
and it really set the tone for the rest of the game. Panthers trying to play catch up and just not quite able to chip it off there. They did at one point get that 1-point lead, but
yeah, they got it up to 2 on a couple occasions. Had a chance to increase it. Missed some free throws in there. And always when you get in a game like this, it turns the whole thing around. And, the heroes change, right? Sharman obviously would have been up there. He hit the 3-pointer. I don't know if he called bank or not. Doesn't matter. A senior stepping up in that moment, you'll see guys pass it off. They don't want to take that shot. But he stepped up there and nailed it. But a play that's going to be forgotten now because the Panthers didn't win was that incredible steal by Tyler Stulsatz out at midcourt when he basically deked Hayes High into throwing the ball in. He picked it off. But we didn't get a layup out of the thing, so
it looked like he had a lane, and then it got shut down. And Sharman hits the 3, ties it up 42 with 37 seconds left. Weimer's going to hold for 1. I'm not sure what the bonus situation was, but I'm not sure they were in the bonus. But he said after the game, he was that 30 seconds. He's thinking about the move he's going to make. He wants to be fouled, misses his layup, and then it's a fluke call on the rebounder. Must have been on the inline when he went and jumped for the ball. So that's why Hayes got the ball back with 4.7.
Yeah, Jacob Hall was right there, and I don't know if he didn't know he didn't have the basketball, but his foot was obviously on the baseline when he grabbed it, so that gave him the other chance, and they end up winning it. Tough loss. We'll talk to Great Bend head coach Kyle Cree coming up. Tonight in Russell. You got another basketball game tonight, man. 4 for 4 this week.
4 for 4.
Mandy Mason hoping the team's experience last year. Goodland got on such a roll last year, and Great Bend, man, they had them on the ropes into the fourth quarter last year. You have 3 players back from that team. She's hoping some of that experience can pay off tonight as they'll be taking on 18-3 and 7th-ranked Southeast of Saline. What can you tell me about the Southeast team, Aaron?
They've got a very talented duo from behind the three-point line. Reagan Getz, the 5'9 senior, she's shooting 45% from threes, and it's not on a small sample size. She's put up 81 three-pointers this year, made 37 of those, and makes Maddie Harris, shooting 35% from 3, also a very high number, but 10 points lower than her teammate, but she's put up 62, made 22 shots there. Dynamic scorers for Southeast of Saline. Hoisington really going to have their work cut out for them on defense.
Okay, so that game will start tonight, 7:30. You'll be on the air at 7:15 on 100.7 Eagle Country. Other girls sub-state semis tonight, Central Plains Lady Oilers wanting a shot at Little River, but, well, first they got to get by Pretty Prairie. That's not going to be an easy task tonight. Defending champs 19-2. So that game at 6 tonight in Little River. Then it'll be Little River against St. John. St. John, kind of the team no one's talking about. Can Danny Smith finally, get that win on Little River's home court? It's not going to be easy tonight by any means. So
Danny always brings pressure, which can disrupt teams, and I know Little River had struggled in the past with some pressure. So I do believe this group of girls is a little better, but we'll see.
One thing about, have you ever seen a pretty St. John girls game? They muck it up, man. They speed teams up. And
one of my favorites was a triple overtime game at the Pratt tournament. Wichita South, I think, was in the run of 3 straight 6A titles. It was like a 36-34 game in 3 overtimes with St. John.
And, of course, you can't forget the 32-29 overtime game with Hoisington a few years ago at the Activity Center. So good luck to all those teams. I don't know if Central Plains for sure, and St. John tonight at the Ransom Sub-State. Chase will look to shock the world tonight as they take on Wilson. That's at 6 o'clock tonight, Pawnee Heights against Western Plains. Okay, Derek Joyner, here we go. We've waited for this game all year, and now it's a semifinal game. Sterling against the Ellenwood Eagles.
And we were talking earlier, I want Dutton to be in control. I think he's one of the best ball handlers in the state. If you have to win 18-15, I'm fine with that. But make Sterling stop that kid before.
So how do you do that?
There's no shot clock in high school.
So he's going to dribble it around being chased by 2 defenders.
Well, and if that's what you want, then obviously somebody's going to be open. And like I think
they're 20-1. They're the number 1 seed in the tournament. Are you going to do that?
And I would see how the game's going. I mean, if you can floor them, go out and do it. We saw down in Maxville, Alec Brock can get super hot. Drew Hines can get hot. Parker can be a factor inside.
Somebody else is going to have to step up tonight besides just Britt Dutton, for sure.
But it is going to be, I hope it's a good game, and I think the Sterling crowd will bring it, and that could offset some.
Well, they do let Eagle fans in there, too.
But they're going to have that ban, and I'm telling you, it is for a 2A school.
Do they allow them to play during the game? I know. I'm giving you the business here. So they win that, and then they've got to take on either Mound Ridge or Inman in the championship game on Saturday. Okay, and that's the only 2A area boys sub-state taking place. The other 3A, the other sub-state semis are tomorrow. Russell is at home at 7:30. They take on Southeast of Saline. Good luck in that game. And then Little River tomorrow. Maxville will host Central Plains. That'll be a 6 o'clock start. Little River plays at 7:30 against Skyline. La Crosse, we'll talk about that matchup with Kyle Schmidt coming up here in just a little bit as they take on Ness City at 6. And Quinter against Victoria at 7:30. And then Stafford. Haven't been in the state tournament since 1947.
Whoa.
Taking on Wilson tonight. If they win, they would take on Pawnee Heights, who a couple of years ago hadn't been in the state tournament since the early 80s, 70s. It was a long time ago. They'll be taking on Otis Bison at 7:30. Interesting scene in Dodge City last night. I'm just imagining it. Dodge City's cutting down the nets as conference champions. Sole conference champions because Coffeyville got beat by Northwest Tech on the road. Dodge City's cutting down the nets and celebrating. And then Jeremy Combs is talking about his team's 17-point win over Dodge City last night. Cougars go in there and take care of business. They're playing better than anyone else in Jayhawk Conference right now. Congratulations to Jeremy Combs and company. 22-8. They're finishing with a 7-game winning streak. They won last night 84-67. Yeah, it was interesting to listen to the postgame show with Cole, and you can hear the celebrations going on in the background. And, yeah, Barton beat them by 17. Statement game last night. We'll talk to Jeremy Combs on the show tomorrow. Lady Cougars come up short in their bid to knock off the conference champion Conks. The Lady Conks.
Lady Qs.
65-61. So, Region 6 tournament starting for Barton next Tuesday. The other games will be on Saturday. Both teams getting first-round byes. Barton will play at 5:30. The women on Tuesday. It'll be a doubleheader, regular doubleheader, except it's postseason play. They'll take on the winner of Cloud County and Northwest Tech. And the Barton men will play following that. As a 3 seed, they'll take on the winner of Hutchinson and Northwest Tech. Hutchinson beating Garden City last night at home. That was a good win for Hutch. So we could have a third Hutchinson-Barton matchup, playing 2 times in one season at the Kirkman Center. K-State wins last night. Do I dare say you talk about the K-State win or the KU win and they didn't play?
No, the K-State, saw the highlights this morning. It was showtime last night. Some fancy dunks, some really fancy passing.
Another long 3-point shot by Marquise Noel. Heard that call on the television, and Noel talking about his thanks to Kansas State for bringing him in for his senior season. KU didn't even play. They had the biggest win last night, thanks to TCU, who beat Texas, knocking them off 75-73. I'm kind of disappointed because now that game Saturday –
lost a little steam.
Yeah, lost a little steam. Yeah, national broadcast. They moved the start time to 3, get it going. This was going to be for the conference championship. And all this thing was so close all year, and KU's got a 2-game lead right now.
Well, and we're used to KU making the late season runs. What K-State did, and I know I only saw the highlights, so I did see the flash, but that had to have been fun to play like that, take that attitude forward, and let's see K-State make a deep run this year.
I was talking about KU. I was just talking about them a minute ago.
So does everybody.
That K-State game was close going into the end of the first half, about 21-20. K-State going back and forth.
I don't know if you know this, but halves means there's 2, Aaron. That second half.
My bad. First half. Sorry, my bad.
No, you said that.
Oh, okay.
George Payton, Broncos GM, talking about trading for a head coach. And Sean Payton, the Broncos head coach, talking about building that good team culture. Culture, it's like chemistry. Culture, chemistry, chemistry, culture. I was going to want to say, George Payton, guys, if I was at that press conference, what's harder, trading for a head coach or a franchise quarterback?
Well, has he ever traded for a franchise quarterback? Do we know?
Well, didn't he bring in Russell Wilson?
Well, that's the question.
Look at you. Okay, we've got some stuff. Great Bend Lady Panthers, state champions, bowling. That is so cool. We're going to try to get head coach Feldbauer on here coming up later in the show. Coming up, we'll talk high school basketball with head coach Kyle Cree, and Dale Kuhlman will be in here on Sports Day.
Explore the world of Rossum's Universal Robots presented by Barton Theater with multiple showings from March 2nd through the 4th and March 9th through the 11th. In this sci-fi classic, humans have created robots meant to serve humankind, but the robots have other plans and an epic battle between man and machine erupts. The show has been adapted and modernized by Barton Theater from the original 1921 production. Visit shows.bartoncccc.edu for tickets.
You don't have to be a tech expert to enjoy the latest devices. Get a Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus or iPhone 14 Pro Max half off at Next Tech Wireless. Not only are you getting a great deal on those devices, you're also getting them with a great customer service guarantee. We'll help you get your information transferred from your old phone and help you learn the ins and outs of your new phone. Next Tech Wireless.
The University of Kansas Health System Great Bend campus is pleased to welcome Haley Gleason, nurse practitioner to the OBGYN care team. She is passionate about providing the unique healthcare a woman needs through all stages of life. Haley Gleason provides gynecologic care at the Medical Pavilion at Great Bend campus. She's accepting new patients. To make an appointment, call 620-792-2151. The University of Kansas Health System is committed to caring for you.
It's time to talk Great Bend High School basketball with head coach Kyle Cree on Sports Day.
Welcome back, Sports Day here on KVGB. Steve Webster with you. Joining us in studio, the head coach of the Great Bend Panthers, Kyle Cree. And you brought the original Lincoln Lion with you today. Yeah, Dale Kuhlman is in-house today. Coach, thanks for coming in.
You bet.
Great to have you here.
Glad to be here. We got the 6th best PE teacher in the district with us.
No, he's like he is the Lincoln Lion. He took care of someone very close to me. So
17 years strong.
Yeah. All right, guys. I wish we could be talking about something else besides the tough loss last night. We'll go and get to it. Then we'll talk about a season that turned out to be, I think, a lot better than a lot of people thought. But man, it's still it gets worse the next morning. I mean, that's the first thing I thought about this morning. I said, "Oh man, tough loss last night, Coach."
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and it's tough after the game, and especially to see like the look in those seniors' eyes and everything, knowing that it's over. But like we talked about, it is a game, and they've got a lot to look forward in life, and those 5 guys are going to have an impact in the world regardless of what they want to do, and 5 guys with really good work ethics, and that's definitely going to translate to their success after high school.
If someone was just driving through Hayes last night and saw a crowd at a high school, say, I wonder what's going on. Oh, there's a basketball game. All right, I'm not doing anything else. They would have walked away from that saying, man, what an incredible game.
Yeah, it was fun, and obviously it didn't turn out the way that we would have liked, and it kind of hurts to lose to them twice in a row and have to watch them storm the court and, do all those things. But like I said last night, we got to use it as motivation, and, every day moving forward is a day that we can get better, and hopefully we don't have those same feelings next season.
I kind of talked a little bit last night. I mean, you played them last Friday. It was 46-42, and you played them last night. It was 46-42. The score was the same, but the games were just completely different on the way it went,
Yeah, I felt like we had a chance to win last night. I think when Sharman hit that thing off the backboard and Tyler got a steal and took it down there. I mean, I felt like the ball was actually kind of rolling our way. Our guys were fighting and more competitive last night. I wish we would have got out and challenged number 25 a little bit more. But, if we take away his points, we hold him in the 30s. And, I mean, I think there's definitely things we could have done earlier in the game to pull out a victory.
Those 2 shots that Schmidberger hit early, it was – I mean, he hasn't been a volume three-point shooter this year as far as the ones he's made. But you get that first one to fall, and then he got the second one, and all of a sudden he's their best three-point shooter on the team. And, man, he carried that confidence throughout the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I think if they put one of us 3 out there on the three-point line and we're wide open, I think we could probably make those shots too. So – we just got to do better as a team of challenging guys on the perimeter, and we knew he could shoot it. There's no doubt about it. He's got a good basketball IQ. He kind of sticks to the game plan, and he's a role player. But he stepped up big last night, so he deserves some credit.
Dale Kuhlman with us here, and I'm going because the ball goes out of bounds, they're going to take it in, and so. As a coaching staff, I always like to get the breakdown dynamic of what you guys do. I mean, kind of explain what that last time out was before Hayes got the inbounds play and got the shot away.
Well, first things first, I went to the official right away, and I said, if they score, we're calling timeout. So be look and listen. We want a timeout immediately because with only 4.5 seconds, by the time they're running play, at the most we were going to have is roughly 2 seconds. But credit Coach Cree here, he drew up exactly what they were going to do. I mean, he showed the guys on the board, and like you said, unfortunately, we didn't defend it the way we needed to. But and to what you mentioned earlier, we just had a couple crucial turnovers in that last 2.5 minutes of the game that ended up really hurting us. We were up 1 with a couple possessions, and we turned it over. And, we score a bucket there, get fouled, go up by, 4, who knows. But ultimately, you got to defend it, and you got to stop them from making that last bucket.
So you went to TMP, right? So you were a big Hayes fan anyway before that, right?
Yeah, when I started coaching in this district, all these parents were like, "Now we got to tell you how this rivalry thing is with Hayes," and I'm like, "No, you don't." I said I knew it long before.
So then, I mean, what can you do when there's 1.3 seconds? That was, I thought, good officiating to get that 1.3. They don't have, so you've got to have somebody watching the clock. So you got 1.3. I mean, what's that conversation?
Yeah, I mean,
like?
I think that's the most frustrating part because Coach Kuhlman told him, hey, we want a timeout. I told him, and then we go back and watch film. And as soon as it goes through the net, Ian is in the ref's face, like timeout, timeout, timeout. And obviously, we can go back and look at and see exactly how much time was on the clock.
Could have been some more.
I think there was more. Yep, no doubt about it.
I take my previous statement off the board here, but
yeah, but I mean, regardless, I mean, 1.3 or 2.7. You know, I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference, but we just wanted to get a long throw from Sharman to Ian or Braylon, and just give ourselves a chance to maybe throw up a prayer.
Okay, what do you tell your team after that, Kyle? I mean, all your coaching experiences and things like that. You know, I mean, guys, that's the toughest thing.
It is. It's tough, and I already kind of touched base on it, but we wanted to thank the seniors. Those guys, they've brought a lot, and I think we talked about it as a coaching staff on the ride home. I think what they brought most as a whole was their mental toughness. You know, when you think of Matthew, Tyler, Braylon, and who else am I forgetting?
Caden.
Sharman, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and even Kendrick, you know, he's been part of the program for 4 years. So, you know, those first four that I mentioned, I mean, mentally, you know, and they come to work every day. Not a whole lot of like drama when you think of those four guys. Always focused going into games and stuff like that. So that'll be missed. And then we also talked about how we need to get better. You know, we got to use this as motivation. And, you know, you think we had 10 losses this year, and I think 7 of those could have turned out in different ways. I mean, obviously the Hutch game and Junction and Capon, those guys kind of handled us. I mean, we played with them at times, maybe not Junction, but those other 7 games, those could have easily been wins. So just use it as motivation, and every day that we show up, whether it's playing a spring sport or in the weight room or summertime getting in the gym, we just got to keep moving forward.
Dale, tell me about your expectations for this team before the season started, and then did they change after the Junction City game, and then where we went from there?
Well, it's funny you ask, because, you know, Coach and I talked before the season started, and I always ask, you know, what do you think? How many wins do you think we can get? And we both gave our predictions, and credit to him, he was a lot closer than I really, because I knew we were going to be young, kind of inexperienced, and I said if this team could win between 6 and 7, I think that would be a good jump start for the next 3 years. So, you know, they actually went well above and beyond that, and like he said, we had several losses that could have gone either way. So like he says, as long as we keep building, you know, these juniors and sophomores, and, you know, there's going to have to be some, this year's sophomores, it'll be juniors next year. They're just going to have to step up. I think there's a lot of good that can come with this group, but as he stated, they're going to have to work at it. They can't just say, oh, you know, we won 11 games and we played all these, you know, young guys. That's not going to cut it. You know, it's not going to cut it at 5A. It's not going to cut it in the WAC. So, so I think sky's the limit, but us as coaches have to keep getting better, and as long as the players keep working at it in the off season and during season, I think good things are coming.
What's going on in the minors right now?
I have no idea, but I know what's not going on at the Kuhlman farm. No, that's no work, is it?
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, we've got some talent coming up through here.
Yeah, we do. And again, that goes to, you know, with some of the younger, that freshman class is a very talented group. I know when you had Bernie in here before. At some point in time, though, you expect them, they're going to have to grow up a little bit. They're going to have to start listening better. They're going to have to take it a little more serious. Yes, ultimately it is a game, like he says, but there is a time when we need to come in with a workman's attitude, and they got to start listening, comprehending, and doing some of the things that Coach is talking about to get better in the future.
Cindy Beck was in here on the show yesterday, and it was kind of the conversation was, okay, you want them to play. I mean, you want them out there on the court, you're playing, but a lot of these kids play 3 sports, and they've got 3 coaches saying, okay, you need to do this in the off season to make it happen. That's tough, man. Back in my day, Dale, you know, when the basketball season was over, okay, then, you know, it was track season, and then when the track season was over, we played baseball all summer. So how do they separate everything, and where you want them to play more than just one sport?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I think between, you know, Coach Randy Beck and Coach Aaron Beck and Coach Lashley, I think we all 4 of us have a pretty good relationship, and we understand that we've got to share kids, and even as the head basketball coach, I want these kids to dominate in football, baseball, track, tennis, swimming, whatever it is. But, I mean, I think the culture of basketball, without a doubt, I mean, our kids want to be in the gym. So anytime that in the summertime they want to be in the gym, whether it's, 6 o'clock in the morning, noon, 6 p.m., I just want to be available to open up the gym, whether it's one guy that wants to get in there or 16 guys. So we'll work with the other coaches and just make sure that anytime the guys want to get in the gym, we'll be there for them, no doubt.
Okay, so throwing the last night out of the way, and I'll ask you first, Kyle, but someone comes up to you on the street and says, that was tough last night, but what do you think this year? What, just a general question. How do you think it went this year?
Like overall?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think we're headed in the right direction. No doubt about it. Our kids love being in the gym. They want to work. And we had some success. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we beat Emporia. We probably should have got Garden once. We took it to Hayes the first time, which is good with the tradition and the culture and everything they do as a community for basketball. So, I mean, there was a lot of positives, and I'm a pretty optimistic person. So I think there's something to build off of. We've got a lot of talent coming back. There's no doubt about it. And we competed in our tournaments. So, I think there's a lot more positives than negatives, no doubt.
Coach Kuhlman, what do you think about this season?
Hey, overall, despite the loss last night, I think we were a surprise to a lot of people. I think we were a surprise to a lot of the teams in the WAC. I don't think they expected us to have the grit and the fight that we did have, being we were such a inexperienced team. But overall, like I said, it exceeded my expectations. So now we just have to take it to the next level next year and continue it on.
Give me an update. How'd Great Bend Middle School end up?
I know we went and watched their Garden City game and they won. They had some injuries and stuff like that, but I definitely think there's some good middle school kids that, just like our high school kids, they love basketball. They want to be in the gym, and I think we got some kids that'll definitely help us in the future.
It's just shocking to me. I back in my day, but there was never freshmen that played.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Very seldom.
I mean, you might see it at 1A school, but now you're seeing it. Everybody in the WAC's got at least one freshman that's out there maybe contribute. Almost everybody, it seems like, or everybody we see. I mean, it's just
it's a different day and age.
It is. Yeah. It is. So, okay, now, how do you unwind after a season like we've just gone through?
Well, I haven't yet.
Okay.
It's still too fresh in my mind. But like I said, I have a second job that I have to get rolling on now. But Kyle will keep me informed, and I'll help out in the summer as much as we can, and he'll have guys start coming in here probably pretty soon wanting to shoot and do activities, whether it be in the morning or after school. So,
are PE classes harder after a night like last?
But right now we're doing miniature golf, so it's actually kind of relaxing and pretty easy. So thank the Lord for that.
Miniature golf's not one of those that you end the class period by saying on the end line or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Don't run lines.
He gets paid for this. He gets paid to play miniature golf.
Hey.
/ babysitting.
It's a life skill.
Everybody could have done that when they went to college. They chose their profession. I knew what I was doing when I chose physical education.
Guys, thanks so much for letting me into the family this year. I kind of got added late, I got called up from the minors to come in and fill in this year. It's been fun, and maybe we'll do it again next year. We'll see.
It's great, man, having you back. It's good. You did a great job.
Yeah,
for us.
we definitely appreciate having you, and I think a lot of people that listen to our games definitely appreciate the job that you do. So, thank you.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon here.
All right, sounds good.
On Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
And progressive therapy in Larned and Hayes.
Hello, this is Austin Alford. I'd like to introduce to you today one of the most popular pieces of equipment we have to train core strength, shoulder stability, core stability, and even to improve balance. Come check out the Core Sticks for yourself at Progressive Physical Therapy Center in Hayes.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
At Clara Barton Medical Clinic, we are more than just your healthcare provider. We are your friends, your family, and your neighbors, and are here for you through every stage of life. Our clinic offers a variety of services under one roof, including routine exams, vaccinations, specialty services, same-day appointments, and walk-in clinic. There's no better feeling than receiving friendly and compassionate care from the people you know and trust. Clara Barton Medical Clinic. Hometown care from hometown people.
When you or someone you care for needs extra healthcare help at home, Golden Belt Home Health and Hospice, part of the University of Kansas Health System, is here for you. Depending on your needs, your home health team may include a nurse, therapist, and aide. They'll help with care after hospitalization, including wound care, medication management, and more. Check with your primary care provider to see if Golden Belt Home Health and Hospice can help you or your loved one.
Hey folks, this is Trey Bergen with Ag 360 Insurance in St. John. We are an independent agency offering several types of insurance, including crop, farm, irrigation, business, personal, and life. We would appreciate an opportunity to earn your business. Feel free to stop by our office at 103 East 4th Avenue in St. John, or give us a call at 620-549-3579. You can also check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day rolling on today. Haven't had a chance to talk Leopard basketball, except given the scores. They've had a nice season this year, 15-5 for Kyle Schmidt and the Lacrosse Leopards. They will play tomorrow against Ness City in the 1A Division II sub-state at Quinter, and they join us now. Coach, where are you at right now?
Oh, at the high school in the cafeteria.
Okay, I just want to get the vision here because you guys are circled around. It's like, you're lining up that last inbounds play, to get the game winner here. So,
absolutely.
So the fellas there. So we've got Bryce Connor, Cade Morgan, and Gage Burke. So we'll be talking to those guys here in just a moment. First of all, Coach, congratulations. 15-5, that's a solid year, and you end up on a winning streak here at the end of the year, reeling off 7 straight wins. I guess to say you're playing pretty well might be an understatement right now. How do you think it's going?
I think it's going really well. I think we're on a roll. I think we're excited and ready for the next step here at Sub-State, and I think our guys are really ready to play.
What's got better here at the end of the year where you've been really getting on that roll? You got that big win over Pawnee Heights. What's been clicking?
I think just our team chemistry. Last season we didn't have a lot of games where we had the same starting lineup in a row. This year we've been fortunate enough to have pretty much the same starting lineup all year, and guys coming off the bench that know when their minutes are, and we have a good rotation. And so our guys understand, when they're on the floor, that it's their time to play, and they play hard and give everything that they have. And we've done a lot better job here lately taking care of the basketball, getting good shots on offense, and playing good defense, get out front and running and trying to get some easy baskets. So it's been fun to watch. We're on a winning streak, and we're excited for this opportunity.
Okay, tell me about this Ness City team that you'll face tomorrow night. You beat them by 11 earlier this year at Ness. Tell me about this team you're going to hook up with tomorrow night in Quinter.
Yeah, it's a rivalry game. It's a big game. There's a lot of bad blood there from the past, and we know what they do. They like to run, they press a little bit, try to get you turned over. They had a pretty good guard out front that kind of controls the game for them that we're going to have to try to slow down and hold them to one shot. And, it was a battle the first game, and I'm sure it's going to be a battle tomorrow night, and we just got to be ready to go right from the beginning.
What's the excitement level around there now? You get this close. You're 2 games away. Excitement around the school, excitement around the town right now?
Yeah, I think it's all making its way through the community. I think everybody's pretty excited. Heard a lot from, alumni, different people in the community excited to watch us play, different coaches here at the high school in all the different sports. And the kids are ready to go. They came to practice with great energy all week long and preparing for the game tomorrow. I'm excited to see them back out on the court and see what we can do.
You probably haven't heard this at all, have you? That lacrosse haven't been in the state tournament since 1991.
Yeah, that's we made that very quick. We heard that a few times in the last week.
Yeah,
so,
well, it's
yeah.
a cool thing. That 91 team played for a state championship. That was in 2A and ended up losing to Mound Ridge. 1980 also lost to a Garden Plain team. So there's some tradition there. So I guess sum up your feelings right now, Kyle. Here we're just a little over 24 hours away from going against Ness City and trying to go to win the first of 2 games.
It's exciting. You guys are a great group of guys. You'll hear that coming up here shortly, and they've made it fun for me. They're fun to coach. They show up and make it practice fun. Sometimes it's knockout drag in the middle of the season, but it really didn't have that this year. And it's something that I told them that win or lose is something that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. They're number one, got to buy the first round, and I know they're all excited and ready to go and ready to have that chance to do something that hasn't been done here for a while. Okay, so you guys are around in the cafeteria at La Crosse High School, so I'll talk to you again here when we get done with Gage Burke, but why don't you get us Bryce Connor here on the phone? All right, sounds good. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Bryce Connor from the cafeteria, live from the cafeteria at La Crosse High School. Bryce Connor joining us, a senior. You're one of 2. You feel like an old man on this team, or yeah, a little. senior leadership. So I've got a question I've got to ask you here. Who is calmer if there's a tight call? Who's Coach? Calmer? Yeah, who's calmer, Coach Schmidt or Coach Webster? Coach Webster. Really? Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe Kyle doesn't have headphones he can slam down on the ground. I'm not sure. But, hey, talk about this season. And I asked Coach Schmidt about this, but what's been kind of key here as you've gone on this nice run ever since the Winter Jam? Like he said, just team chemistry. We've been playing with each other since we're really young. And, yeah, that's about it. You're averaging 8 points, 3 assists per game. You also get 3 rebounds per ball game. Kind of tell me about what you see as your role on this Leopard team this season. Get people open, push the ball, and make our shots. Tell me about the game against Pawnee Heights. You knew that was going to be a high-scoring game. How fun was that? That was fun. My blood was pumping. My blood was pumping. It was intense. Okay, you thoughts on playing Ness City tomorrow night? You've seen them once. Yeah, if we just come out, play loose, play our game, we'll be all right. Okay, who's the biggest cut-up on this team? What did you say again? Who's the biggest cut-up? Who keeps everyone loose on this team? Is that you? I try. Well, Connor, I appreciate you being on here, man. Good luck tomorrow night. It's kind of weird to go, take it on your big rival and have to go to Quinter to do it, but go get the job done tomorrow night, okay? We got you. All right. Cade Morgan's going to join us right now. And Cade, one of the juniors on the team. Cade averaging 13 points per ball game, 3 steals per game, 3 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game. All right, so, Cade, which one do you take more pride in, the points, the assists, the rebounds, or the steals?
Definitely the steals. I take a lot of pride in my defense, and I really work hard to just get those steals every game. When you talk about steals, you thought it was picking somebody's pocket, but there's a lot more things to that than just doing that. I mean, intercepting passes, kind of talk about how maybe you might even set someone up at times. Yeah, there's times that we would leave the high post open for a purpose, and then they'd try and bounce it in there, and you just go intercept it, and then we're going the other way. Okay, after you lost to Houston in the Winter Jam, you reeled off 4 straight wins, and then your only loss in there was to Maxville, a very good basketball team, but on a roll right now. I know the chemistry's been good, things like that, but maybe some other things that Connor and Coach Schmidt didn't mention that's kind of fueled this stretch where you've played some great basketball. Yeah, we just really are playing really well, and the turnovers have gone down. Our free throw percentage has been really good. Yeah. Defense has been coming up really big. Okay, so as far as the free throws go, how do you have free throw practice? Do you have to run if you don't make them, or how's that work?
Yeah, I probably can't say the drill name on here. But
Okay, all right. So, Ness City, who are you going to be kind of, in your position and the position you're going to be playing, offensive, defensive, what are you going to be looking for tomorrow night against the Eagles?
winning. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to winning that game.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. And no one's mentioned 1991 to you, have they?
A lot. My dad, my mom, pretty much everybody.
Okay, well, we're going to put see if we can put 2023 on that, all right?
Oh, yeah, we will.
Okay, all right. Let's get our next Leopard on here. Gage Burke.
What's up?
How are you doing? Now,
Pretty good.
we're doing great. We're talking the Lacrosse Leopard basketball today. I cannot believe that I've watched Coach Schmidt coach before. I just was trying to throw Coach Webster on the bus a little bit, you know. Maybe I'm just have the officials' view of that. But what's the season been like for you? I mean, kind of go back to when you first, football season's over, you go through the transition, and then you start, transition over to basketball. Kind of tell me what your expectations were at that time.
I had really high expectations for this team because, I felt like we had all the pieces all along, and if we played together and, put the puzzle together, we can get a lot of success out of it.
6 rebounds a game, 9 points per contest, 2 assists a game. You look at that assist level, or the numbers going across the board. You guys seem to be a pretty unselfish team. That go back to playing with each other for so long growing up?
Oh, of course. We have had team. Me and Kate have been playing with each other since elementary school. Same with Bryce. Me and Bryce are neighbors. We grew up. Chemistry's always been there, and our team is very unselfish. And if we need to make that pass for that guy to score, we're going to make that pass. It's simple. We hit the open guy. We ain't selfish at all.
Yeah, and you guys like the up-tempo game?
Absolutely.
Okay. What kind of things do you do to push tempo? Do you press? Do you trap? Kind of talk about that, how you can get in that tempo, you get that rhythm going.
A lot of ball pressure, make them force a dumb turnover, and then we got to just push the ball. That's our priority, is pushing the ball and scoring on you on a fast break.
What do you remember about that first Ness City game? You got them by 11 on the road.
Wasn't too proud about it, honestly. I feel like that was one of the worst games we played, and if we come out and do the right thing, we will win that game. The only people that are stopping us is ourselves.
Okay, I asked Coach Schmidt this here. You're looking at a little over 24 hours. Kind of what are you feeling right now? You're in the cafeteria kind of hanging out, talking on the radio. Yeah. What do you feel like getting up today, knowing that this thing's going closer and you need 2 wins, and tomorrow night's going to be the chance to get your first one?
My blood is pumping, and I feel some nerves, but, I'm just ready to go. I really am.
So the trip to Quinter tomorrow. So what do you do when you're on the bus heading to any game, but especially tomorrow night's game? Just kind of hang out, or what goes on?
Our starting 5 take a Suburban up there, actually, and there's really no sleeping in there. We keep each other going, and have some team chemistry before we get there.
Since Connor's a senior, does he get a drive?
Oh, he's probably actually not. He's the last option.
Oh, okay. Well, do you feel the excitement around the community and the school right now?
Oh, yeah. Community shows a lot of love. They love the fans. They get loud for us, and they have high expectations, and so do we.
Okay. Next thing I want to say, for the first time since 2023, the Lacrosse Leopards are in the state tournament. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Hey, good luck tomorrow. Do they do put an adult with you guys when you take the school Suburban up there, don't they?
Do, yes. Our coach drives it. Yeah, head coach.
Okay, I was just wondering. Well, maybe you can tell him, hey, if we win the tournament, you just let us drive it home, okay? Gage, good luck tomorrow night, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right. 3 of the Lacrosse Leopards are going to be in that game tomorrow night, and you can kind of tell those guys have been around each other, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what's the message before the team heads on to the court tomorrow night?
I think they said it best. You know, we just got to play our game. You know, we got to play up to our level that we have been playing at. We've had some time off, but just come out and try to keep it rolling, make it 8 in a row, and then try to make it 9 in a row. Just take it one game at a time, and just make the most of this opportunity that we have.
All right, it's going to be fun to see what happens tomorrow night, Coach, and good luck.
Sure.
And maybe we'll be talking state tournament next week. That'd be pretty cool.
All right.
Okay. You bet. Kyle Schmidt joining us here on the program, along with Cade Morgan, Bryce Connor, and Gage Burke. Great Bend Lady Panther bowling team won a state championship earlier today. Mike Corson is going to be talking to their head coach right after this on Sports Day.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
When you need to get rid of the pain, you want the best. You need to see Dr. Dan Quillen at Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Dr. Dan is Barton County's only board-certified clinical specialist in orthopedic physical therapy. No matter your age, when it hurts, he will help. Call Dan at 620-282-4825. That's 282-4825. Excellence driven, unrivaled results. Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Inside the Fieldhouse at 9th and Madison in Great Bend.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at high school.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson joined today by the newest state champion in the state of Kansas, Coach David Feldbauer, Lady Panther bowling team. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. It's been a great day so far.
How are the girls?
They're excited. They're having a great time. They bowled extremely well. I had 5 girls in the top 20, so I can't complain. They are doing amazing.
And I haven't got to break down the scores completely, but some lower scores than usual. Would you have guessed that you could have pulled off a state title with some of those scores?
Oh, yeah. Actually, looking around today, the scores are – there's a tough shot out here. They put on a really tough sports shot today, and the scores all the way around weren't exciting, but they were competitive, and, all 5 of my girls came out. We all did what we needed to do, so I was proud.
And you guys had seen Salina South the week before. Any mind play there with getting beat by them a week earlier?
I knew that it was going to be competitive, and I knew they were going to have to come out and bowl. And we weren't actually bowling next to Salina South, which sort of helped, so we didn't keep looking at their scores and looking at everybody else's scores. So that did help. But we were competitive, and I was watching some of the Topeka Seaman scores, those girls were bowling lights out until that last game, and so we were doing good.
Any dramatics, or did you guys know that you were in pretty good shape pretty early on?
I knew we were probably sitting in the top 3 or 4 most of the day, but it was a great Baker set that pushed us over the top and won it for us.
And I know your expectations were high, but expectations don't mean much when you're out there. How awesome to finally have it. Now you're state champions.
Oh, it was amazing. I am so proud, and just the excitement of this morning was great. Just overwhelmed, finally able to break that leap and get in first place, because we've had the second, we've had the third, and now we finally get the title, so it's great.
And then Zoe Mayberry was your leader. She's a freshman. How big on that stage to perform maybe her best of the season?
Oh, she was great. She started off doing really well, missed a couple little easy spares, but she came right back at it the second and third game with back-to-back 200s. So real proud of her. She got focused and finally was able to do a 3-game set like she needs to. So it was a great day.
Any disappointment on Kaylin Wallmeyer's side? As she's the reigning state champion, she's put up some incredible numbers down there. So she gets 8th overall, and I know she's a team champion, but would she have liked to have done better?
Yeah, she's disappointed in herself. I think the expectations of her trying to bowl extremely well just got to her, and she got into her head too quick, and we finally were able to, break her a few things by that third game to have her bowl at 237 at the end and lead her team into Baker games where she was comfortable bowling and did really good in Baker, which is where it needs to come from. So it was great.
And maybe one more on the girls' side, Sahara Shiha, 7th overall, so she's right between your two girls. Pleased with her performance?
Yeah, this is her highest at state that she's bowled. This is her 3rd state, and it's her highest series. Very consistent all day. She's doing really good. Threw the ball well all day, so I was really happy with her.
And we're talking to state champion coach David Feldbauer. You got one kid left going. What are his Caleb McNett? What are his expectations this afternoon?
If he can keep his demeanor down and be able to just focus in like he should, like he did at regionals, I think he can get the top 20. This shot that they put out sort of is going to help him out. He has a nice consistent swing, so I think he'll do just fine.
Congratulations to you and the Lady Panthers, and good luck to Caleb.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. More Sports Day after this.
Explore the world of Rossum's Universal Robots, presented by Barton Theater, with multiple showings from March 2nd through the 4th and March 9th through the 11th. In this sci-fi suspense classic, humans have created robots meant to serve humankind, but the robots have other plans, and an epic battle between man and machine erupts. The show has been adapted and modernized by Barton Theater from the original 1921 production. Visit shows.bartoncccc.edu for tickets.
To be the king of the road, you have to fill with the king of diesels. We're talking about Cenex Premium Diesel. It comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn. Cenex Roadmaster XL even cleans up and prevents injector fouling to keep your trucks out of the shop and on the road. And typical number 2 diesel? That's always an option. The wrong option. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Contact American Plains Co-op in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
You could win a new Chevy Trailblazer Active from Sunflower Diversified Services. Thursday, March 30th at the 20th Annual Chris Cakes Pancake Feed from 4 until 7 at the Prince of Peace Parish Center at Broadway in McKinley. All you can eat pancakes, sausage, and a drink for only $8 at the door. Dine in or carry out. Music by DJ Kane. And you could win that new car at 645. Need not be present to win. Raffle tickets are only $25 each or $5 for $100. All to support persons served at Sunflower Diversified Services. It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Big finish, man. What a day. Great Bend Panthers win a state championship. Mike Corson gets a coach on the air. We had the Lacrosse Leopards on the air today. And Aaron Clark getting ready to do his 4th game in 4 days. He'll be at Russell tonight, pregame at around 7:15. And we save the biggest news for last today. Mike Corson.
So Mike Sweeney and Jeremy Guthrie joining the Royals broadcast in limited capacities. Great J Gut story. I'm at a Taylor Swift concert, getting my shirt, and I look over. We're surrounded by little girls. There's Jeremy Guthrie in another line. I think I was wearing a Royal shirt. I stared at him until he looked over, and then we just gave each other a knowing nod.
I don't know what to think. Aaron, he raised his shirt up, and he's got a Taylor Swift T-shirt on underneath.
He's a dedicated Swiftie. What can be said? He's a man with sticking to his convictions.
Haters gonna hate.
And you just got to shake it off.
Great show today, guys. Talk to you tomorrow on Sports Day.